Selamünaleyküm arkadaşlar. Şimdi bakın bembeyaz giyindik. Neden? Çünkü yeni bir güncelleme, yeni bir bölge geldi. İlk defa giriyorum. Bakıyoruz. Aa, buradaymış. Bir dakika. Aa, bunun altına gelmiş. İnozamanın altına gelmiş. Yo, İnozamaymış burası. Pardon. Burası İnozamaymış ya. Biz açmamışız burayı. Pardon. Çok özür dilerim. Evet, yeni bölgemiz nerede bakalım. Yeni bölgemizi arıyoruz şu anda. Sınırlarımızı zorluyoruz. Aha, aha, aha. Bulduk. Yeni bölgemiz burası. Yani Şenaya. Şenzaya. Okuyamıyoruz da. Ama arkadaşlar yani buz bölgesi diyoruz. Bembeyaz bir bölge diyoruz. Bayağı da geniş gözüküyor şu anda. İyi yani, fena değil. Evet, yeni güncellemeyle yeni bir bölge açıldı. Hemen şunlara baktıktan sonra arkadaşlar ne yapacağız biliyor musunuz? Wish atacağız, wish. Odetta geldi, Odetta wish atacağız. Neden? Çünkü önce görev diyor. Ee, ne diyor? 40 gün. Tamam. Aa, başlıyor. Bedava mı veriyor bunu? Galiba. Test sürüşlerini yapacağız. Yazılımı geç. Yeni boss'umuz. 2 tane yeni boss'umuz var. Tamam. Evet. Silah tercihimiz var. Seçtik. Evet, şu. Arkadaşlar Bora Slipt arkadaşımızdan da biraz önce izledim. Güzel karakter. Sadece yetenekleriyle bile oynanan bir karakter. Çift yönlü olarak geçen bir karakter. Güzel bir buz karakteri ve ileride daha birkaç yani 3-5 güncelleme daha çok iyi işler yapabilecek bir karakter. O yüzden zaten söylüyorduk biz buna wish atarız diye. Atacağız. Sonra şunlara bakalım neler var. Yeni zindanlar varmış. Rehberde şeyimiz var. Tamam. Bir de burada onun şeyi var. Tamam. Evet. Gelen güncellemeleri hemen ufaktan bir tıklayalım. Ebedi kış. Şimdi bizim ana karakterin de güçlenmesi gerekiyordu aslında. Güçlenecek diyorlardı. Onu tam bilmiyorum şu anda ama ona da bakacağız. Sıkıntı yok. Ödüllerimizi de alalım. 300, 300, 640. 640. Tamam. Özel etkinlik diyor. Hemen ufaktan bir bakalım neymiş. Buradan da 3-5 köken taşı gelecek gibi. Bir buz anahtarı verdi. Aldık. Aldık. Açtık. Üç anahtarımız var değil mi? 3 defa açalım. 60 köken taşı güzel. Ha, burada çekiliş falan var. Ne diyor? Görevini tamamla, 3 tane daha al diyor. Şeyi tamamla. Ha, bunları yaptığımız zaman şunları açacağız. Tamam. Şimdilik kalabilir dedik. Etkinlik böyleymiş. Göz attık. Topluluk diyoruz, hemen geçiyoruz. Ama geçemiyoruz. Şuradan anket dedik. Ankette de 50 köken taşımız varmış. Hemen yapalım. Evet. Çalışan. Serbest çalışan diyelim. Ha, geç. Çok şey değil. Ne diyor? Ya bunları geç ya. Oynadık birçoğunu da. Teması ve dünya oluşumu önemli. Oyun değerlendirmesinin iyi olması önemli. Oyunun temel oynanışı önemli. Oyun sanat tarzı biraz önemli. Oyunda harcanan gerekli süre çok önemli. Evet. Ne diyor? Bildiğim bir karakter ise biraz önemli. Nereye çok önemli. Grafik önemli. Yaşam önemlisi önemli. Geliştirici çok önemli. Böyle biraz önemli. Oyun içi avantajlar çok önemli. Ondan sonra önemli. Oyun içi herkesin önemli diyelim. Sistem gereksinimleri önemli. Aynı hesap çok programları önemli. Tamam. Ne diyor? Oyuna ne zaman başladın? Ne zaman başladık arkadaşlar? Bilmiyoruz ki. Şurada mı başladık? Ya şurada ya şurada. Şurada mı diyelim? Şurada diyelim ya. Diğer. Ne diyor? Bir dakika. Diğer. Geç. Ya. Karakter toplamaktan zevk alıyoruz. Karakterin temsil falan açıklayıcı anlamı. Bu hoca çözmek. Evet. Evet. Tamam. Ne diyor? Oyun deneyimi. Memnunum diyelim ya. Harita, manzara. Güzel. Memnunum. Karakter tasarımı memnunum. Grafik tasarımı memnunum. Teması ve dünya oluşumu memnunum diyelim. Karakter geliştirme idare eder. Yani çok fazla karakter geliştiremediğimiz için o. Hikayeler memnunuz. Açık dünya savaşları memnunuz. Sosyal iletişim oyunları idare eder. Açık dünya keşif oyunları memnunum dedim. Savaş zorlukları idare eder. Yıldız idare eder, yaz geç. İçerik yüklerini nasıl yani? Oyun mevcut deneyim dayanarak Genshin bir içerik yüklendi. Orta düzeyde diyelim. Bunun için deneyimine dayanarak oyun içinde harcadığın zaman nasıl değersin? Ee, oldukça uygun diyelim. Biraz deneyimlemedim. Biraz çok ilgi çekici. Harita manzarası biraz ilgi çekici çünkü daha bilmiyoruz. Karakter biraz ilgi çekici. Hikayeler biraz ilgi çekici. Ama çok ilgi çekici değil mi? Hikayeleri iyi çünkü bu oyunun. Biraz ilgi çekici. Açık dünya savaşları biraz ilgi çekici. Zorlu savaşlar hiç ilgi çekici değil abi. Zorlu istemiyoruz biz. Biraz ilgi çekici. Saf buz yapısı oyunu biraz ilgi çekici dedik. Sonra dedik. Ne diyor? Henüz deneyimlemedim. Ha, açık dünya. Ne diyeceğiz buna? Oğlum. Sence oyun modunu güçlendirerek şey yapıyorum diyelim. Oynamadım. Ha. Daha kararlı performans, iyi kontrol canı yok. Karakter hikayesi, karakter etkileşimi ve karakter oynayışı. Daha eğlenceli etkinlik oyunları olabilir. Daha zorlu savaş oyunları, arkadaşlarımızın daha fazla özenmiş kozmetik fotoğraf ve sevgi. Eğlenceli açık dünya olucu olabilir. Daha yüksek hikaye yok. Daha kaliteli insanların yeni başlayanlar net ücretler olabilir. Daha üzgün dur. Daha rahat ve verimli gelişim deneyimi aynen. Bunlar. Tamam. Tamam. Bu da bitti. Evet aldık. Şimdi şunları alalım. 110'u da buradan aldık. Allah bereket versin. Tamam. Şimdi hemen audit işlerine başlayacağız. Önce şunları alalım 5 tane ve bakalım şansımız nasıl olacak. Şimdi toplamda 72 işimiz var ama o şuradaki sayıyla birlikte 75-80 arası olur diye umut ediyorum. 72 wish en son geçmişe baktığımızda en son Kolombiya'yı almıştık 5 yıldız. Erken almıştık hatta. Bakalım %50-50 şansımız var. İnşallah Odet gelir ve erkenmiş de gelir. Çok güzel olur. Harika olur. Diyoruz ve başlıyoruz. Aa, ilkinde 4 yıldız attı. Güzel, fena değil. İkincide 4 yıldız attı. Allah Allah. Güzel gidiyor gibi. 4 yıldız da güzel. Evet. Boşları sayalım biz. Bu 3. 5 3 diyelim. 6 4. 7 5. 8 6. 9 7. 18. 10'a 8 yani. 11'e 9 geldi. Ne geldi? Sürpriz, çok iyi. Sürprizimiz gelişti. 12. 13 2. 13 3. 14 4 boş. 15 5. boş. 16 6. boş. 17 7. boş. 18 8. boş. 19 9. geldi. Güzel. 20 ve 1. 21 2. 22 3. 23 4. 24 5. 25 6. 26 7. 27 8'de geldi. 28 1. 29. wish 2 boş. 30. wish 3 boş. 31. wish 4 boş. Kaçta kaldık? 33 mi 34? 5 boş. 6 boş. 7 boş. 8 boş. 9 dolu. Tekrar baştan başladık. 1 2 10 demiyor ya 4 yıldızlarda. 3 4 4 5 6 gelir mi erken piti? 7 8 bu sefer 10 diyecek herhalde. 9 evet 10 dedi. Bir erken piti be. Kaçtı? 66 mıydı bizim? 68 miydi? Gel artık. Hadi güzel güzel gel. Yine aynı attı ya. 1 2 onca bir işten sonra %50'yi kaybedersek çok üzüleceğiz. 3 4 5 6 gel artık. 7 8 4 atmayı bıraktı. Yine sürpriz çok güzel. Evet. Şimdi 3 4 5 gel artık be. 6 7 8 gelmedi. 9 ona sarktı bak. Ona sarktı. 6 7 8 9 mu? Şuradan 3 tane daha aldık. Şurada yok zaten. Burada da kalmadı. 9 gelir mi ki? Bir 5 yıldız gelir ya bu sefer. Ama inşallah %50'ye kaybetmeyiz işte. Ay senin ben. Ananın son işte gelmesi yok mu? Bakmak istemiyorum ya. Gelmedi. Harbiden gelmedi ya. Şaka gibi. Sürpriz kaç olacak şimdi bakalım. 2 3 tane mi geldi? Bir de falan kalmış. Her evet. Bir, iki. İki karakterimiz var yeni. Bunları 20'leyip şey alabiliriz. Bir saniye arkadaşlar hemen geliyorum. Bir saniye. Evet arkadaşlar. Biraz hüzünlendik ama ne yapacağız? Ne yapacağız? Tabii ki de yeni haritamızı açmaya başlayacağız.
Just like that, we're in Snezhnaya! Remember back in Nasha Town? How all our friends came to see us out before we left? The day's finally come! We're off to meet the Great stuff, Snezhnaya. What is she planning? Guess this'll be the end of your journey that your sister mentioned. What is she expecting you to find there? Snezhnaya still feels like a long way away. Hopefully, there'll be plenty of time to relax, eat some good food, and... but whenever Paimon gets thinking about how our destination is right around the corner... Enough about all that. We can't start the final leg of our... Just think. We've fought dragons and sea monsters, defeated creations of the gods, faced prophecies of doom, and with all that experience under our belts, how can we be any more prepared? Sure can! Now, stick close to Paimon, the best guide you could ever ask for, and let's...
What about me? Do I get a call out?
Whoa! Columbina? You kinda snuck up on us. Don't look at Paimon! Oh, so it was you! Alright, guess there's no hiding...
All your friends have gathered at the flagship to see you off. I invited Sandrone too, but she said she had to go back to Snezhnaya. She had some nasty things to say about you before leaving. Would you like... If they're heading to Snezhnaya, I'll bet it's to cause trouble for Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Attending a farewell party for people like that is a good look for me right now. Also, please tell them not to count on getting help from a Fatui Harbinger in Snezhnaya.
O neymiş? Tamam, biliyoruz.
Our time working together was not terrible precisely, but we're on different sides. So when you get there, don't...
Well, that definitely sounds on brand for her. The attitude, the reasoning...
No, you've misunderstood. I think she means that she'd like you to go see her. As long as you don't make things difficult for both of you, you'll be fine.
You really have to read between the lines with Sandrone.
Go on,
Evet.
get to the flagship. Everyone should be there by now. I told Lauma that you once treated me to a truly Today, I want to return the favor. It's my...
It's definitely nice to be treated, but hopefully by this...
The moon of Nodcry will...
Evet.
Wow! Pure white as fuck.
Şimdi arkadaşlar biraz parça pinçik ilerleyelim. Nasıl yani? Dur, önce Payman'ı bir takip edelim. Payman. Nereye, yürü, hadi geliyorum, yürü.
Look! They look similar to the ones in Nodcry. You know, just minus the effects of Kawaki. That's a sure sign that we're officially in Snezhnaya now. There's gotta be a treasure chest around here somewhere. No adventure is complete without a chest or two. Paimon got a mouthful of snow.
Ne oldu Payman?
It's so cold. Paimon's gonna snuggle up to you for a bit to get warm.
Hadi ağlama, hadi devam.
Hey, check it out! Those are bears, right? Aw, look how big and fluffy they are.
Bizi parçalamasın Payman.
Quick, take a picture before the moment passes. Right here. If we get any closer, we might scare them away.
bahsettikleri tren, bizim tren.
I've
Galiba.
heard that Snezhnaya has loads of railways and trains. This must be one of them. Ooh, it's still so cold. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe. It's hard to describe, but everything feels heavy. Yeah, oh, no need. Paimon's just feeling a little low. Yeah.
Burada da mı şey var?
Seems like the snowstorm is getting worse by the minute. Paimon can barely fly. Oh, look! There's a cabin over there. Phew. Let's get out of this storm.
Düştük mü biz?
What is this place? Where's Paimon? I need to find her fast. Paimon! Paimon! That's strange. Where could she be? I guess I'll try further ahead. Hang in there, Paimon. Is that a train carriage? Maybe I can get up from the inside. A reward on the road.
Kaç tane eksiğimiz? Oo, çok eksiğimiz var.
It says here, Kresnik's torch, civilian model. It's definitely getting a little warmer now it's turned on. I really hope Paimon's okay. I'll keep this close. What was that strange sound? I can't tell if... Paimon? Paimon, is that you?
Paimon'un simgesi değil mi ya?
Incoming entity detected. Authorization granted. Initiating original. Hello, Descender, who's reached the eve of tomorrow. Eye of Grey at your service. Time since last activation. Time measurement unavailable due to the influence of... I was born to fulfill... To this end, I must... Huh? Why is my body like this? Apologies. After a long period of inactivity... Anyway, I was created so that humanity could reach tomorrow. But nevertheless, serving humanity remains my primary objective. I have detected a drop in your surface body temperature. In accordance with my preset programming, upon reactivation, I must ask the one who awakened me the following question. Will you accept me, Transcender? I will assist you, protect you, and fulfill my mission until we reach tomorrow.
Neymiş lan bu?
You have made a very wise decision. Now, I detected that you called out a name earlier. The name was Paimon. After helping you get out of here, I will search for a match in the nearby area and pinpoint merely the tip of... Now that we have reached an accord, you will be my new user. May I ask? Very well. I will remember this name until the mission is complete. I need to recover my body, retrieve the power to unlock tomorrow, and help the suffering masses to reach the far shores where the empty ark... I can sense my power scattered across this ice-covered land. I even have a vague sense of where it might be found. But the key right now is you. You must survive and You may now execute the command, Demolish. Use it to remove the prime ice blocking the path and obtain prime ice unit. Prime ice unit count has been updated.
Bir dakika biz şuraya gitmeyecek miydik ya?
You may now execute the command, build. Use it to create a prime ice construct to prop up the door.
Aa. Tamam. Bunu da çözdük.
A reward on the road.
Yukarı. Bu neymiş? Ha şuymuş. Şunun yerine şunu koyalım, onayla. Tamam.
Scanning local environment. That would not be an efficient approach. One moment. You can use this to clear the solid ice ahead of you more quickly.
A reward on the road.
Şimdi biz buraya nereden çıkacağız? Bir dakika.
Construct blueprint added to records. You may now execute the command, build heat source. Generate a temporary heat source to rapidly melt the solid ice.
Nereye çıkacağız? Buradan gideceğiz.
Is this an answer from this world?
My scan indicates the path is straight ahead. I recommend we proceed.
Ee? Nasıl yapacağız şimdi onu?
Windblade!
Ha geçtik vallahi.
Kresnik crystal located. Please, the recent construct you built provides highly unfortunate. That said, yes. But for now, all you low power. Please use Kresnik crystal to replenish energy reserves. Signs of physiological activity detected in the distance. It is highly likely to be your travel companion, Paimon. Go. Go now. Be reunited and sing together. May all the people be united as one. May all of life rejoice in unison. Approaching the target location. Scanning for signs of life. Life forms detected. 2. Affirmative. However, that is not the reason for my confusion. According to my database, this real-time environmental data suggests that the train station may no longer be in use. But whatever the situation, please.
Paimon!
Hı.
Who are you?
Don't worry. She's only sleeping. You must be the Traveler. She called your name repeatedly while attempting to... Newcomers to Snezhnaya struggle to adapt to the sheer cold at the best of times. Lately, even the locals are suffering, with a powerful monster having summoned a bitter snowstorm. You two must be very important to one another. You should take more care not to...
Your eyes. Are you... Conrian?
There are indeed some Conrians left in this world who survived the cataclysm. It would be unwise to interrogate my identity here. Focus your attention on your trap. We will meet again.
Çok asil ya. Kim ki acaba?
The unidentified subject has now left the area. He appears to be an individual of great significance. but my search has yielded no relevant data. Against the odds, your companion is safe and sound. The other person...
Traveler! Oh, thank goodness you're okay. Paimon was so...
It's okay. Take it easy.
Pretty much the same as when we first got to Snezhnaya. Paimon must have caught a cold. She was feeling so... Wait. Where did the jester go? Yep. The director of the Fatui.
Ay,
Jester Piero.
parti lideri soytarı.
So, you met him?
The Jester must know everything about the Tsaritsa's plans. But there's no way he'd tell me just like that. We might well have ended up clashing. Well, he was right about one thing. Right now, the most important...
He had no intention of explaining his motives, and he left in something of a hurry.
Hey! What the... Who is that? It looks like... half a pair of goggles.
Snezhnaya was once the land of the Fae. There are many ancient creations here that I'm sure would broaden your mind further still. Mind you, my database is also expanding as we speak. You must be a rare...
Oh, wow! Well, thank you so much. You've earned yourself some of Paimon.
Goodwill detected. Instead of candy, perhaps I can suggest my preferred strategy. Please clean me regularly to keep me up.
Oh, that makes sense. Every pair of goggles needs wiping clean. Anyway, back to the jester for a second. When he first showed up, he already knew Paimon's name. And he acted like he expected Paimon. Paimon could tell that he was conning him from his eyes. And he definitely seemed like someone pretty important. But it was only later, after he rescued Paimon from the snow, that he properly introduced himself. That's the only reason Paimon knows he was the jester. Oh, seems unlikely. He ran into the snow following the sound of Paimon's voice, with a really anxious expression on his face. And after bringing Paimon here, he just stared out at the snow. He didn't do anything to Paimon at all. In fact, Paimon didn't feel unsafe around him. And he didn't seem to have any ulterior motives. For all we know, he might have just ignored...
Please allow me to interrupt. Fatui and director are unfamiliar terms.
Wait, you've seriously never heard of the Fatui? Oh, they're like a...
Understood. Since they hold elite positions and serve their god directly, it stands to reason that they would conduct themselves with due decorum. I am inclined to agree with your assessment, Miss Paimon. I did not detect any ill will from the gentleman in question.
Sorry, I shouldn't have encouraged you to talk so much. Paimon, new plan. Let's get out of Snezhnaya for now. We can come back after the Jester mentioned that this snowstorm, being the work of a monster, is worse than most. Even if we made it to Snezhnagrad, we'd still have to wait out the storm before we could do any exploring.
Oh, well, it's really nice of you to look out for Paimon. We were really psyched up for this journey when we first set off. Just think of all the burning questions we have.
Further information is required regarding the monster situation. But objectively speaking, there is another, more pressing issue at hand. At this point, we have traveled a significant distance into the blizzard. Were we to turn back now, the road would be extremely treacherous, especially since we would need to travel. If, however, we continue onward, do you remember what I said as we neared this location? I told you that this is a train station. While it has evidently fallen into disuse for unknown reasons, the trap we can break through the blizzard and forge ahead by driving a train. There is a small town up ahead, which would be the perfect place for Miss Paimon to rest and
Paimon thinks Goggles here makes a great point. Let's do that. Oh, come on. Don't worry. Think of all the traveling we've done so far. When has Paimon ever gotten sick before? Practically never. 'Cause she's in great shape.
Affirmative. Should you ever need my assistance during your future adventures, please call for the Eye of Grey whenever you... Otherwise, I will remain silent to avoid causing any unnecessary distraction. Now, please follow me to the train tracks.
Evet. Şimdi arkadaşlar şey düşündüm de. Şuradan şunu aldık, başka bir şey yok. Şeyi düşündük.
All gear.
Test sürüşlerini yapsam 20-20-40 yapar. O da işimize yaramaz ki ya. Yani şu anda yaramaz. 40-120 falan yapar. Neyse. Devam edelim.
Please confirm when you are ready to depart. Heading north from here, we will soon arrive at... Wait, there's an error message. Could not detect clear track.
What exactly does...
Race for impact, friends! Preparing to enter... How strange. Not only was the station's status different from my records, but even the railroads and the
Yeah. Thanks.
My sincere apologies for putting you in danger. I'm afraid I'm as confused by all this as you are. Agreed. This is likely a consequence of outdated railroad data. The discrepancies between the old data and present reality are... Fortunately, our crash landing has at least brought us much closer to the town.
Your data had better be right this time.
I can assure you, it certainly is. Please look this way, and you will see a Kresnik's torch. It seems our ill-fated train ride was a blessing in disguise. We have taken the shortest possible route. Rest assured that I will take user preferences into account next time I plan a route. Next time, I will get it.
Nedilerin heykelini açacağız. Hop. Açtık. Kaç tane daha heykel var? 1, 2, 3, 4, toplamda 5. Güzel. Fena değil. Yok ki.
Excuse me, is there an inn nearby?
I'm sorry, but they've all closed.
sorry to interrupt. We're looking for a place to stay.
I can't even afford to warm my own house, let alone run a business.
Excuse us. Is there anywhere we can stay around these parts?
I'm afraid not. You'll have to try your luck somewhere else.
All we can do is wait for the next shipment of Kresnik Crystal to get here.
Hi there. Do you know if there are any inns still taking guests in this town?
Doubt it. They're probably all closed. No one has enough Kresnik Crystal to heat their own homes, let alone a business. I clocked you a while back. You adventurers or something? We don't get many tourists in inland...
Why is that?
In part. But the bigger reason's Project Stuja. Since it's Her Majesty's will, we have to put up with it whether we like it or not. Oh, sorry. I assumed it was common knowledge by now. Basically, the Tsaritsa is planning something big. Even if they used all the surplus Kresnik Crystal in Snezhnaya, it still wouldn't be enough to meet demand. So, the Vetcha passed a resolution requiring all factories and households to reduce their...
Burada şeyler var. Tamam.
That are cold. So, like, it's gonna...
Pretty much. When you're broke, you scrimp and save. When it's cold, you huddle together for warmth. There's always a way to stretch things out to make ends meet. Trouble is, if you stretch someone out like an elastic band for too long, who knows if they can ever bounce back. You know what?
Can you please explain to me why the price of Kresnik Crystal has gone up by 1/3 again? Even as our purchase quota has gone down. You only come here twice a month. This won't even last us a week.
The supply and pricing of Kresnik Crystal are based on current production volumes and price data. We Fatui are only responsible for delivery and security. I'm not in a position to explain to you how the figures are calculated, but I assure you, they are as fair and reasonable as possible.
Oh, so our lives mean nothing to you? How can you expect anyone to survive a single night in this weather without heating?
Since you insist on making me repeat myself every single visit, I will remind you again. There is no monopoly on the trade of Kresnik Crystal. You are free to purchase the shortfall from elsewhere on the market.
What market? Nobody else is selling. And when they do, they charge 8 times the normal rate. It's robbery is what it is.
Which is why the Snezhnaya Vetche passed a resolution to support border communities, without which you wouldn't even be able to buy crystal from us to begin with. So if you're here just to argue, move aside and let the next person in line come forward. Everyone's feeling the cold here.
You...
All right, everyone, let's calm down for a second. A few words, if I may. We're all subjects of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa, and I'm sure every one of us is dedicated to her great cause. We all know how cold it is, and the more it snows, the harder life gets. Everyone's struggling already. Let's not make things even more difficult for each other.
But Liaison Shishkin, there's clearly something wrong with this quota. I have a family in Marepasak who tell me they can buy at least double our crystal allotment.
Oh, believe you me, I had the same reaction when I first saw the numbers. Couldn't believe what I was reading. I even wrote a letter to confirm the true figures, but... Still, you must understand that calculating these energy quotas is a complicated balancing act. They have to factor in population, town size, industrial application. Our top priority must be to keep the largest Kresnik's torch burning continuously. Only then can we sell the remaining crystal for household use, and in doing so, we must make sure that everyone is treated as our Fatui comrades said, they are only responsible for delivering the goods. They need to keep accurate records, and they do not have any authority to modify the rates or quotas.
That's right. Our duty is to do things by the book.
Tell you what, listen. I know how anxious and upset everyone is. As a matter of fact, I was just discussing. What we can do is open the lower combustion chamber of the Kresnik's torch to the public. You can come to me directly to register, and I will allocate time slots accordingly. I can't guarantee there will be ample energy for household use. We can at least make sure you'll be able to boil water and cook food each day. Let's hang in there and make this work together. All right?
Fine. I don't see any.
So, this is Project Stuja in action, huh? Oh, no wonder nothing's open for business.
You were looking for an inn, right? For your, Fae friend?
Oh, Paimon's not a fae. Just Paimon. She must have caught a cold or something. We only just...
I have a small place in Stratomaros. I don't stay there very often, though, so it's pretty basic. But if you're not picky, you're welcome to rest there for now. It's not much, but I've got blankets and a warm fire.
Are you sure? Oh.
All right, then. This...
Tamam, bak bunu da aldık. Takım yıldızı 1 yaptık, 2 yaptık. Nasıl acaba, güzel oldu. Hemen şuradan.
All geared up.
Tamam, almışız. Kaç? 105, 115, 125. Ona mı veriyordu o? 125, 35, 45, 55, 65. Evet, 65 yapıyoruz. Hemen bir karakter denemesi yapalım. Bir işimiz daha geldi çünkü. Tamam, şimdi bunu burada öğretiyor mu bize, ne oluyor? Ne yaptık? Bir daha yaptık.
Walk of the snowflakes. You're in for a little.
Animal has 60-degree weight.
Let's begin.
Tamam.
Come on, keep up. Pick up the pace. Stay clear. Enhanced animal mod.
Good. It's dog eat dog.
Crystalline adagio.
Let's test my hypothesis. Ha! How tiresome.
Together, witness the snow swan's grace.
Animal test 60-degree weight. Swerve.
Here, boy.
Come on, keep up. Take a break.
One down.
Shadow me, crystalline adagio.
Aldık. Arlecchino eskiden çok iyi karakterdi. Hayat bu, hayat bu.
Overload absorption test. Enhanced animal. No, my sword. Rain cutter. Everybody stand back. Let's light. Everlasting as the moon. Laid bare. Witness my wrongs.
Aslında çok iyi bir şey ya.
Stay clear. Swirl. Mark. Teamwork is trick.
Tı. Diğer aşamalara geçmeden önce evet, şunlara şimdilik gerek yok. Aşamadan çık. Aşamadan çıktık. Burada şey var mı? Şurada var. Tamam. Şimdi biz bir günlük ödülleri alalım. Hemen şuradan bir yerden. Hemen şuradan günlük ödülleri bir alalım. Şu bir şey daha basalım.
Perfect weather for
Welcome to the. Thank you for Welcome to the.
Gel güzelim gönlüme gel.
I'm glad you gave me a chance.
Kahve ne alaka oğlum? Kahve yok ki burada. Ya nasıl bir manyaksınız siz? Abi kahve çıkıyor ya. İyice saçmaladı oyun ha. Kuru çıktı, kahve çıktı. Vallahi iyice saçmaladı oyun. Neyse. Dur. Devam edeceğiz.
time for more snow. How tiresome. Pick up the pace. Take a break. Pick up the pace. Yeah.
Ha şurada şey varmış. Alalım onu. Nerede ki? Yukarıda mı? Ha burada.
Pick up the pace.
Hop geldik.
Good to meet you. Most travelers find the Snezhnayan climate to be a shock to the system at first. But still, you should keep an eye on your condition. When people are too quick to dismiss a cold,
Don't say that. Paimon's too young for chronic health issues.
they aren't in town right now, and they won't be back anytime soon. The train, I do a lot of hunting, so I spend most of my time exposed to the elements. But even the animals wouldn't survive long in a storm like this, let alone a hunter. Nothing to do but sit tight in town until the weather improves. I get that you're in a hurry, but even if the station were open, that doesn't mean there'd be any trains. We could end up stuck here for a long time, I'm afraid. What? Your own train? Wait, hold on. That train?
Oh, we got lucky and found it in a cave. Oh, then our luck ran out and...
Pretty crazy for a random find in the mountains. Well, as long as your train's good to roll, you might get to Snezhnaya. I've been doing some digging recently. Turns out, the real reason for the current energy crisis in Stratomaros is that some of the supply is being seized for a private stockpile. But to expose what's going on, I need to catch them in the act. So, I'm heading off to catch a rabbit.
Huh? Wait, a rat?
It's a figure of speech. Real rabbits couldn't pull this off. They'd prefer carrots to Kresnik Crystal. Shishkin. Mr. Positive Attitude, let's all get along now, shall we?
Him? Really? Hyman?
Huh? You're coming with?
Oh, okay then. Alright. Guess there's no point pushing myself.
Oh yeah, there's one more introduction to do. Tagarin, get in here.
Oh, a doggy. Oh, angry doggy. Oh,
He likes to think he's above that kind of thing. He's my hunting partner, so he'll be joining us when we head out. Carrots aside, we'll need to stay completely undetected. We can't risk spooking our rabbit, but there's no telling which. First, we need to find a way into the train station and see if we can find any real freight data. Shishkin's Then, we get to Garin to catch a scent and find out which way the crystal went. What are you eating?
oh, check it out. When you're all out of care. Good doggy. Good.
A fellow dog lover, huh?
Yep. And rabbit.
Good to know. Eat up, Tagarin. We got a lot of work to do.
Evet arkadaşlar, kısa bir mola verelim. Oo, bu video uzun olacak. Evet, uzun olacak, bir mola verelim. Verdik. Evet arkadaşlar, videoya devam ediyoruz.
Wait. Nice work, Tagarin. Come on, we'll go around. This way. We'll enter from the upper floor.
Biz de geleydik.
There we go. A freight list. Straight from the Fatui. So Shishkin won't have had the chance to dock. Looks as new as the day it was printed. I guess no one bothers reading these unless they have ulterior motives. Yeah, this is all we need. Come on, let's get out of here. Then go track down the... Tagarin's a keen hunter, and catching rabbits is his specialty. Anywhere there's a stove, there'll be the scent of Crystal. That's normal. Anywhere there's a stove, there'll be the scent of Crystal. That's normal. But if he picks up the scent of Crystal somewhere and there's no stove around, that's how we know something's up. This must be the rabbit's warren. Good. Sure enough, there's a tunnel. You stay here and keep watch.
Thanks for looking out for us. Things are getting tougher by the day.
No need to thank me. It's my pleasure. Sure is Her Majesty the Tsaritsa watching. Let's grit our teeth until the blizzard passes. These days of hardship will be over soon.
Maybe for everyone else, Liaison Shishkin. But for you, the hard times have only just begun.
Huh? Who are you? What's...
I just had a question for you. Why, when times are as tough as this, would someone hoard more Kresnik Crystal? All the crates here are from the most recent shipment, but they weren't brought here for sale. Instead, they were... Would you be able to shed any light on the situation?
Me? Why, I have no idea. But look at how much there is.
This godsend was found in a cellar adjacent to your residence following a tip from Mr. Alosha. And this is only a fraction of what we found down there. We're still taking a full inventory. The official figures will be finalized shortly. I've always been grateful for your efforts to mediate between us and the townspeople of Sretomaros. But now, Mr. Shishkin, it appears you were the source of the conflict all along.
How could you do this?
We trusted you to have our backs. You've been lying to us this whole time?
Hey, I owe you all an apology. This isn't who I am. Please believe me, this was a one-time... We all know how difficult life has been since Project Stuja came into force. Energy is an increasingly scarce resource. People everywhere are getting desperate. But some places have been hit harder than others. I grew up in Alatir, A small village with no train station. Deliveries of Kresnik Crystal have ceased there entirely. If nothing is done, you know as well as I do how downright impossible it is to buy Crystal these days. The thought of my poor mother and father. I watched as energy grew scarcer by the week, all the while knowing that their lives were at risk. Then one day, I looked at the Crystal shipment in front of me, and looks like I'm just not cut out to be a criminal. I'm so sorry. Once the I have the official Snezhnayan quotas here. Anyone who has already purchased energy, please make your way. I'll make a batch purchase of Crystal worth 3 months' salary for you all to use free of charge. As for Alatir,
You don't have to go that far.
Yeah, owning up to your mistake is enough for me. You've done plenty of good for the community in the past. I'm not looking.
Drop the act. You claim this was a one-time mistake, but the real reason there's only one shipment's worth of stolen crystal in your basement is that you have an accomplice.
Reporting in, sir. We've conducted a full search of the mayor's house. As expected, we found many crates full of crystal, half of which were still in their original shipping containers.
This wasn't your first time at all. You've been colluding with the mayor of Stratomeros. The train station's currently out of service, but it does open for a short window every time there's an energy delivery. And every time a train pulls in, you're there on. The mayor handpicks said workers. Per his instructions, they transport the crystal by tunnel at night to the mayor's house, and he sells it out of town. But since he can't get the goods out of town by train, he had to arrange an alternative method of transportation. This meant slower sales, which gave me plenty of opportunity to—
Wait. The mayor's involved in this
Preposterous. What proof do you have of any of this?
Basic math. I've spent a lot of time lately counting carriages as the snowstorm rages.
Counting carriages?
The energy consumed by a train depends on its total weight. And since energy is a limited resource right now, it's fair to assume that every carriage is packed full. So, if we take the energy required for the Kresnik's torch, add the sales figures you provided, then compare that figure to the train's theoretical cargo, the numbers never match. It's always off by 1 or 2 carriages worth. This time, you set a new record.
You mean to tell me that you sat around outside, counting
I'm a hunter. I have 2 options. Hunt or starve.
Well, I've heard enough. The evidence speaks for itself. Take Shishkin and the mayor into cut.
You cocky little brat.
Yeah, something felt off. So I just followed my gut. Math isn't my strong suit, though. I'm lucky my dad made me learn enough to get by, but all this number crunching was a—
Thank you for your assistance. You're a brave lad. Shishkin was quite the cunning criminal, as I'm sure you can tell. He did all of this right under our noses, and we never suspected a thing.
A wolf in sheep's clothing. He had—
Even with that sob story he fed us, he was probably trying to keep the mayor out of it, not just mask his own motives. Without the compelling case you put together, even I might have fallen for it. Alosha, was it? Tell me, are you—
We can go find some wild animals if you want. I'll fire off a couple of shots, and you'll see whether I'm the—
I didn't mean to cast suspicion on your identity. It's just— well, I'm sure you've heard of the Rokot. Recently, they've been recruiting— They hide in plain sight under false identities, working against Project Stusha, sometimes directly opposing the Tsaritsa herself. They aren't a violent organization, and their goal is to improve the lives of the common folk. But still, as a member of the Fatui, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't keep tabs on—
First I've heard of this. I don't really keep up with— All I know is, people who don't mind their own business in the city end up paranoid about everything. As for me, I just couldn't stand Shishkin. I'm from Alatir myself, and I can tell you, nobody's lived there in years. Why would an abandoned village— Of course, no one really cares about the fate of that place. I'm guessing today is the first you've heard of it.
I see. It does sound quite tragic. Really. Well, thanks again. I will report this incident to Snezhnaya. The Fatui will take over energy distribution until new officials are appointed. We'll also ensure that the train station resumes normal service as soon as possible. Looks like it's my turn to brush up on math now. I never liked...
Don't mention it. Isn't the soldier overseeing the delivery supposed to verify the quantity of the goods? Excuse me. I'll take a share of Kresnik Crystal too. I need to take a detour before we head back. There's someone I have to deliver this crystal to.
Pick up the pace. Yeah.
Hang tight for a moment. This old lady, she doesn't really know.
Oh, grandson.
Ma'am, it's me.
Alosha.
You know me. I came by earlier today. Cleaned the ashes out of your stove, gave you some warmer bedding, and washed your bath.
I'm sorry. Now, how often do I get to see my grandson? Hmm? Come on, take a seat and...
It's okay. You just rest. I'm fine.
Oh, you. It's nice to come and visit your old granny once in a while, isn't it? Sratomaros, a good town. Sit down. Come on, take a seat.
Please, don't get up on my account. You need to rest.
Right under the basket by the door. Or maybe it... Well, grandson dear.
Very much, ma'am.
Good, good.
You don't need to save any more for me next time, all right? Fresh fruit is hard to come by at the moment. You should eat...
Oh, I don't need it. I'm fine. But if you like it...
Some kind soul must have given these to her. But she always saves the nicer things for special occasions. I met her at the market back before her health began declining. She was a lovely old lady. Not many people have heard of Alatir. And if they have, it's usually for all the wrong reasons. Now that it's an abandoned village, it's rare to find anyone who shares fond memories of our hometown. I first learned of Sratomaros' energy supply problems from a passing comment in one of her letters. Then, the town's been in decline for a while now. But that said, I kinda appreciate her optimism. It's fine. In Snezhnaya, some people believe that in your final moments, you'll sense a familiar presence. You turn to look at them, but their face is blurry. So you focus hard, trying to make out who it is. And when you finally see the Grim Reaper reaches out and takes your life. She still calls me grandson, though. So at least I'm not a blurry face. Come on, let's get back and see.
Arkadaşlar yeni bir bölüm olduğu için hikayeleri biraz okuya geçiyoruz ama
Pick up the pace. Take a break.
Paimon, we're back.
Yep. Paimon's not cold anymore. But she's still a little dizzy. But Paimon's sure she'll be fine. It's probably just from
Her complexion's looking much better. Let's keep an eye on her.
Sure. But enough about that. How did everything...
I'll explain.
anlatın, Paimon meraktan delirir yoksa.
Jeez. You guys got pretty busy. So, you said the train station will open again soon?
Yeah. Well, enough to survive at least. Project Stuja isn't going away anytime. Don't know. The goal of Project Stuja is to gather energy for the Tsaritsa, but no one knows where that energy. The thing is, we were told that the project would only last for 6 months.
Extending it? Does that mean the Tsaritsa?
That's what everyone suspects. In principle, any proposed extension needs to pass by majority vote in this. But even though opposition has been growing, any detractors end up caving in to political pressure from the rooster, Pulcinella. He's the chair of the Snezhnaya Veche and a key figure in the voting process. He has the backing of many.
How come the Fatui are picking on ordinary people even here in...
I don't see it like that. Fundamentally, the Fatui will always think it, but that doesn't mean they don't care about the plight of the common folk. The only reason Sratomoro still receives Crystal shipments is because of a relief proposal put forward. Then there's the Fatui soldiers providing support in every corner of the nation. Even the Northland Bank provided some mora for disaster relief, and they're as conservative and indifferent. It's just that the rich and powerful in their fancy palaces live in a completely different world from us. There's always gonna be some conflict when those worlds collide. Yeah, well, even though we all believe in Her Majesty the Tsaritsa, there are still many different... Regular folk don't have an easy way of getting their voices heard in Snezhnaya, while the rich and powerful are either unwilling or afraid to speak out for all. The Rokad provides the disaffected with false identities and an outlet to vent their frustrations. Of course, an organization like that exists in a gray area. The moment the Veche think they've crossed a line, there's sure to be a crackdown. But so far, they've been doing their best to help the common folk. Like us, don't you mean? You didn't hesitate to join in. You're not new to...
That's because we're adventurers. It's our job to help people out with commissions and get to the bottom of things.
Sounds like we're going to get along. So, what's your business in Snezhnaya? Aside from...
I want to meet the Tsaritsa. It's complicated. I've had run-ins with many of the Harbingers along the way, and I really need to know what the Tsaritsa, her ultimate goal, what the Gnosis mean in all of this. Since I've made it this far in my journey, I have to find the...
Wait, so... no way.
Sounds like you've heard of us then. We're getting more famous by the day.
I didn't realize I was in the company of giants. Honestly, we're all as curious as you are about what the Tsaritsa's planning, and why it has to involve us freezing to death but getting in the same room as her won't be easy. The common folk aren't permitted to meet her at the best of times, and right now, she's probably not even in Snezhnaya. Word is, she's heading east on a campaign to slay a monster. Yeah, so you've heard of it. A wild, unpredictable monster with the power to... It also absorbs everything around it into its body, so it's growing constantly. Now, luckily, as it grew, it became increasingly less mobile, so it doesn't pose an... I'm sure that Tsaritsa and her personal guard, the Druzhna, won't have any trouble defeating the creature between them. It's just a question of how long... Suffice to say, you won't be seeing her anytime soon. You'll have to wait until she gets back. Fair. Well, the Fatui will be taking over management of the train station for the time. Once it's open, we can see about getting your train towed to the station.
Whoa! That's gotta take a lot of manpower.
The Fatui aren't exactly spotless in this whole mess. Plus, we help them out. Should be easy enough to negotiate. As far as I know, all the paperwork is dealt with upon manufacture. I've never seen anyone check it, so I wouldn't worry. Having a train makes everything much easier. We'll reach Snezhnaya in no time. I need to head there myself anyway. Got some game to trade for Mora. I know a good doctor in the city. I'll introduce you when we get there.
Oh, thanks so much. Let's... up the pace.
Drive carefully, all right? You don't want to end up in this situation. Also, I don't think I've seen a train like this before. Not a fan of small talk, are you? All the track switching is automated. So, as long as the train's moving, you don't need to worry about collisions. We'll leave you to examine the train's conditions yourselves. Fingers crossed nothing's broken. I doubt Sratomaru
shouldn't be a problem.
All right then. Have a safe journey.
Bizim trenimiz bu olacak galiba ama. Neden biz bu? Buradan bindik.
Our destination settings have been applied. Let's give this thing a final once-over and then...
Affirmative. Running vehicle diagnostic.
What's this?
Engine, green. Wheels, green. Frame, diagnostics complete. All
Neat! Huh. Paimon still can't get over the fact that you...
I've lived in Snezhnaya my whole life, and I've never heard of an interactive talk.
Strictly speaking, I wasn't designed purely to drive trains, though I doubt you have any interest in navigating the all configurations are complete. Should you require a...
Away we go! Nope. Huh? What's going on?
Oh no.
Ne oldu ya? Yine ne oldu ya? Abi bir kere de normal bir şey olsun ya.
What is this place? Traveler, are you okay? Paimon's still airborne, but it feels like swimming through thick goop.
Just our luck. Of all the things that could have gone wrong.
Halosha, you're Snezhnayan, right? Yeni...
It's called the Shadow Realm. A place where no wind blows, no light shines, and no elemental energy flows. Even time itself doesn't exist here. It's a world where everything... I've only seen it a few times before, and this is my first time inside. It's a dangerous place. Most people who get sucked into the shadow, and the few who do make it back, they're never quite the same.
Huh? Then what? Oh, maybe Goggles knows something. Goggles? Great! Now...
Hold it together. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I heard a story once about the world of shadows. If it's true, there's a way to escape. We just need... Come on. Let's explore.
Bir gölgemiz diyarımız eksikti ya.
It's like they've lost their minds!
Their shadows have been devoured. They're no longer amongst the living.
Go now! Advance!
I can't channel elemental energy here, but I have a few gadgets that still work.
Ben varım burada. Akıllı olun.
Guess we'd better find a way over. This is the last one.
What do we do next?
Play it by ear.
Siz gelmeyin aga, ben giderim ya. Tavuklar. Gelin lan buraya.
Hello. I am glad to see the three of you safe.
For now, at least. But things aren't...
Correct. We are now inside what is known as the Shadow Realm, the darkest space in the shell, where even the Most High is low. Time and space hold no meaning here. It intersects with the world of the Light Realm only rarely. Like we must leave this place before it sinks back down into the depths once again.
Sounds like you have a plan.
Yes. In fact, the very purpose of my creation was likely to... It appears that key data is currently inaccessible. But now is not the time to resolve that. I have marked the exit to the Shadow Realm for your convenience. In addition, I have prepared some equipment to aid you as you traverse the Shadow Realm, traveler. It may well be one of my core functions. Scan complete. Construction, activation code. We once peered into the past from the ruins of the shadows. This is what remains of the Golden Sea.
Oh my god. Ah, silahımızı aldık. Oh, nice. Tak tak tak tak.
Now go. Arm yourselves with weapons of the spirit. Bring down the walls of the stronghold and extinguish the flaming arrows of...
Is this a gun?
In the Shadow Realm, where humans cannot channel the elements, there once was one who, after much research, and let's go. We don't have much...
Ne diyor? Deparat Kay. Sol shift. R'nin doldur. Nişan almalı. Öyle. Bu olsun ya, tamam.
When you encounter small obstacles, you can simply clamber over them. You can slide to navigate through low, narrow tunnels.
Nasıl kayıyorduk? Bir dakika. Nasıl kaydımızı da unuttuk ya. Ha, böyle kayıyor.
Obstruction ahead. You may be able to use the explosives nearby. Shoot the explosives to detonate them. Since elemental energy is unavailable in the Shadow Realm, ammunition is an important resource. You can replenish your ammunition at various supply points. For long-range targets, try using the scope to line up your shot. Many hostile units approaching. I suggest a new strategy. Take cover. We are under heavy fire. I suggest taking cover to avoid enemy attacks, then waiting for a suitable moment to counterattack. More enemies detected. Try attacking with the newly unlocked Assault function.
The advantage is ours. Charge!
Nice.
Not good. Where's the backup?
Back in business. Charge!
Aim at the freeze mark and pull the trigger to move using the rope. Some supply points can restore a small amount of stamina. Press on.
State number 2. Mind the rhythm.
You should be able to use the prime ice construct left here to cover long distances. I recommend using this grappling gun. Such devices were originally used if you'd attach the connected hook. The grappling gun will automatically fire a rope.
Okay. So...
Change of tactics.
Sprint at the prime ice launcher to reach high places with ease.
Over. Need a refill.
Usable munitions detected. Frag crystal.
Try this. Can't take much more. Where's the? Frag out.
Zevkli gidiyor ya şu anda. Bakalım.
Shift your center of gravity and slide down.
How much longer is this gonna take?
The exit is right ahead. We are very close now. However...
It's like they're trying to keep us trapped here. That platform and the carriages are swarming with undead Fatui. Guess we gotta storm through.
Time to catch my breath.
You may find switching to assault mode makes your attacks more effective.
Nice.
Sanki CSGO oynuyoruz ya.
Looks like the Shadow Realm is about to sink back down into the depths.
The exit is...
You mean this weird bubble thing?
No time to think. We just gotta go for it. I can't believe the Shadow Realm manifested right on the railroad tracks. It's almost unheard of. Lucky we made it out. All thanks to you and that awesome...
Ah, so you have heard of the Golden...
Yeah, he came up a whole bunch in Nokrai. You're a pretty neat surprise in that sense, aren't you, Goggles? We had no idea they left cool gadgets like you behind.
Make no mistake, it was a team effort. For a first-time firearm user, as Alosha said, it is highly unusual for the Shadow Realm to manifest in a place like this. But we should still watch out for similar...
Oh, let's hope not. If anything else goes wrong with this...
The Shadow Realm can appear anywhere, not just on the railroad. Now, if you wish to further calibrate and upgrade your firearm, you may do so over there, provided you have the necessary components. Please take a moment to catch your breath while I repair the body of the train. Amongst other things, this will ensure Paimon is a little...
Oh, thanks, Goggles. You're a trusty trinket.
Yes, of course. And just like the Eye of Grey, I am sure it will be a great asset to you in your future adventures.
Let's get some fresh air while the Eye of Grey fixes the...
Yeah, sure. Paimon.
Dolaşalım. Şunu bir açaydık ya. 2 dakika beklemiyoruz. Arkadaşım.
It's so quiet here for a train station.
Şurada altın var. Şurada öz var.
Huh? So much for repair.
My plan was to restore the train to its original appearance per my records as quickly as possible. Now that the repairs are...
Huh. Didn't know trend...
According to my calculations, perimeterization is the most effective way for the Eye of Grey to understand...
Hyperborea, huh? I'm sure I've heard of that in a story somewhere.
Evet, neyimiz açıldı? Seninle macera günümüz açılmış. Öldür al. Tecrübemiz yok. Göreve git, göreve git. Tamam, şimdi değil. Bir dakika, şunu bir alayım. Şuradan. Tamam abi. Gözünü seveyim, pişman etme adamı ya. Evet, şimdilik. Şurada bir altın var. Hay. Aa biz mi giriyormuşuz ona? Hadi be.
So, what's
Nasıl iş
inside?
lan bu?
Not that I care.
Ha dur. Azıcık çevreye gezelim bakalım. Aha düştük. Niye ikiye bastık? Dur. Şu hızlı erişimde şunu onayla.
Take a break.
Ayıcım.
Cha, cha.
Savaş yok, savaş yok. Aman tanrım.
Absorption test.
Who goes there?
Second thought. Stay clear. Come on, keep up. A spot of tea time entertainment. Got a death wish?
A moonlit night for all.
By
How tiresome.
You win. Absorption test.
They call this a pleasant surprise, right?
Neyse devam edelim göreve. Kaldığımız yerden.
Time for more snow, damselettes.
Şimdi. Bu açıldı. Bu da açılmış. Tamam. Bölümüne gidiyoruz buradan. Ay.
Should be worth holding on to. Gotta recharge!
Nasıl döneceğiz buradan geri? Evet, dönüyormuş. Payman neyim var Payman?
They really had to build the railroad over a canyon, huh?
You might want to avoid looking down.
No, it's not that. Paimon's just praying that we don't have yet another accident.
Back to the Zeppel-Yarny Palace again? Ugh, seriously, what's the point in all these endless meetings?
That mountain is breathtaking. Reminds Paimon of
They say this mountain's the domain of a Snegovic lord. A lot of the Snegovic retreated there to live in seclusion, so it's a pretty mysterious place. You hear all kinds of stories. Even the residents of the nearby town of Svietlo-Lidovka steer clear of the summit, and they make a living off of... Look, Snezhnagrad's just up ahead.
Kaç saat oldu ya? Uf, 2 saat 15 dakika. Neyse. Şimdi birazdan mola veririz. Ya birazdan yayını bitiririz. Tamam, dur artık.
Here we are. In the future,
Biraz
this way.
hızlanalım arkadaşlar. Artık ana hikayeyi çözdüğümüze göre şey yapmayalım.
Look! They have really funny looking heads! And those ones are about the same height as Paimon! But it looks like they can't fly!
Those would be Volkudlak and Domovoy. You'll also see the winged Vila and the snowborn Snegovic amongst others.
No wonder! We'd heard that Snezhnaya used to be the realm of the Fae. Paimon can really see it now.
Asansöre bindik zaten ya.
To the left is the market of Zolny. They sell everything there. You can often find some nifty little trinkets. To the right, you'll see the Korolievsky Theater in the distance.
Look at that! Incredible!
$20 istiyormuş. İster. Evet arkadaşlar. Şimdilik burada sonlandıralım artık. Yani 2 saat 20 dakika oldu neredeyse. Uzun bir yayın. Devam edeceğiz. Şimdilik yani fena değil gibi. Bakalım. Bir sonraki yayında görüşmek dileğiyle. Hoşçakalın.